Hello, it's me again, Dr. Babatunde Okewale. Today I'll be talking about IUI, otherwise known as intrauterine insemination. Another name by which it's known is artificial insemination, either with the husband's sperm or with the donor's sperm. IUI is a type of assisted reproductive technique. And in this particular reproductive technique, what we do is we inseminate the husband's sperm or the donor's sperm into the uterus of the woman so that it comes into close proximity with the egg and so that fertilization can occur. I will quickly go through how pregnancy occurs naturally. For pregnancy to occur naturally, the man must produce good quality and sperm of good quantity into the vagina of the woman. These sperms travel through the cervix, goes through the inside of the womb, and then they will enter the tubes and fertilize the egg if the egg is in there. That is how a natural pregnancy occurs. So you will see straight away from that there are some requirements for that to happen. The first requirement is the man's sperm must be of good quality. It must also be of good quantity. The second requirement is that the inside of the womb of the woman must be able to accept and keep a pregnancy and allow the passage of the sperm to the fallopian tube. The third requirement is the fallopian tubes must be open so that the eggs and the sperm can meet in there. And then finally, the ovary must be producing quality eggs. Now, why would one want to do IUI? One of the reasons is if there is any problem at the cervical level of the uterus, then it means the sperm and the egg cannot meet. And there are certain things that could cause that. The first thing is the cervical mucus. The cervix produces mucus, and those mucus changes as the menstrual flow or the menstruation cycle happens. And it happens in such a way that in the pre-ovulation period of a woman's cycle, the cervical mucus is usually thinner and it is also acellular. What that means is it will allow the sperm to pass through. And the reason for that is in the pre-ovulation period, there is a lot of estrogen that the woman is producing and less progesterone. The second thing that happens after a woman ovulates, which is the post-ovulation period, is that the mucus gets thicker and it becomes very cellular. Cellular in such a way that it prevents sperm from passing through the cervix. So anything that will make the cervix or the cervical mucus thicker and cellular will prevent sperm from going inside the womb. Another reason for IUI is where there is ejaculation problem. Ejaculation problem could happen if the man is impotent, if the man has a disease process that we call hypospadia, if the man is paraplegic, that is, he is paralyzed, or if the woman suffers from a condition called vaginismus. Vaginismus means that the muscles of the vagina of the woman tightens anytime sexual activity is about to occur. So what that means is sex will not happen and pregnancy will not happen. Another reason for IUI is when we check the sperm of the man and there is low sperm count or low motility in the sperm, then IUI is indicated in such situation. Finally, another reason is if for whatever reason the husband is away, either on the ship or living abroad, and they are trying to get pregnant. Whenever the husband comes home, we take the sperm, we freeze it, and in such situation, we do an IUI later on. Now, how do we go about IUI? The mainstay of IUI is the ability to separate the man's sperm, and that is done in the laboratory. You separate the sperm from the seminal fluid so that you can concentrate the sperm, and then you can push it through in a tiny tube, and you pass this tube straight into the cervix and deposit the sperm there. You will see straight away from that you have bypassed the cervix. So whatever is happening at the cervical level has been bypassed. And the whole idea is that the sperm and the egg are in close proximity and fertilization can occur. We don't normally use fresh sperm, and the reason for that is, what I mean by fresh sperm is that is an unprepared sperm, a sperm that has not been separated. The reason we don't use that is, in a normal sperm contains a lot of prostaglandin, and if you inseminate it like that directly, it could cause a lot of pain to the woman. There could be a lot of spasm, and there could be a lot of cramping. And the other thing is, if there are any infection in the sperm, it's so easy to transfer it directly into the woman's womb. So it's always important that you separate the sperm before you inseminate it. When do you do IUI in a menstrual cycle? The timing of IUI is very important. You need to do it around the time the woman is ovulating or during her fertile period. How do you know when her fertile period is, or when she is about to ovulate? There are various ways of knowing that. One of the ways is by doing serial ultrasound scan. From that, you can see how the eggs are growing or the follicles are growing and know when to go and do the insemination. Another way is by using the ovulation kits that are available in many chemist and pharmacy stores. But the most important way is, whenever you're doing an IUI, it's always better to do an IUI while you are stimulating the woman's ovary. Because the worst thing that can happen is to go and do an IUI when the egg is not available or the woman is not ovulating. So usually we stimulate the egg of the woman with either an ovulation drug or with an injection. And whenever we stimulate, then we can give a particular injection called HCG. What that injection does is makes us know when the time of IUI should be more accurately. Whenever that HCG is given, between 36 to 40 hours after that injection, the woman usually ovulates. So you can time your IUI more accurately. What are the success rate of IUI? The cumulative success rate of IUI is about 50%. What are the risks of IUI? Because it carries slight risk. The risk, or the greatest risk of IUI, is that of failure. You can do IUI and it does not work. But before you can say an IUI has not worked, at least you must repeat it 3 to 4 times. Another risk is multiple pregnancy. Because we stimulate the ovary to produce multiple eggs, sometimes multiple pregnancy might occur. And the reason why multiple pregnancy is a risk is because babies might come out more prematurely. Another risk is infection. Like I said earlier on, if you use an unprocessed sperm and inseminate it directly inside the womb, if there's any infection in the sperm, then you are introducing infection directly inside the womb, which could cause blockage of the tube later on in life. What you don't want to happen in IUI is to keep repeating it and repeating it. Any IUI that is done 3 to 4 times and it doesn't work, then you should be advising the woman or the couple to go in the direction of IVF. For more information on IUI or intrauterine insemination, you can get those information in my book called How to Get Pregnant and Have a Baby. This book is available on Amazon. It's also available in Nigeria. You can make an order for it through all our social media and through our website, www.stiveshealthcare.com. I have a new book as well called The Art of Making Babies. All this information is in there as well, and it's also available on Amazon and on all our social media. Thank you for listening.